gentlemen, welcome to Dilboy Stadium, where your Somerville Highlanders play host to the Everett Crimson Tide. The starting lineups for both teams. For Everett, number 17, Santiago Arredondo. Number 8, Kareem Drissi. Number 10, Gabriel Garcia. Number 16, Luvens Hector. Number 3, Anthony Henriquez. Number 13, Rene Lainez. Number 88, Douglas Landaverde. Number 19, Henrique Pinto. Number 18, Efrain Ramos. Number 2, Kevin Renderos. And number 6, Brian Ribeiro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for your Somerville Highlanders. Number 1, Imani Mixon. Number 6, Armando Andrade. Number 10, Jair Santos Landaverde. Number 11, Gabriel Dos Reyes. Number 12, Josue Guevara. Number 14, Jose Lopez. Number 15, Marco Hosholi. Number 17, Anthony D'Souza. Number 19, Lucas Gomes. Number 24, Schneider Alvarado Bermudez. And number 29, Jefferson Valdeveso Cabrera.
Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Boys Soccer on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Somerville Councilman at Large Jake Wilson. And today the Highlanders welcome the Crimson Tide of Everett into Dilboy Stadium, facing off in GBL action. And the Highlanders, as they look at the Crimson Tide, Jake, they are looking up at the Crimson Tide in the GBL standings, as Everett currently second place in the GBL, 3-0-3 overall in the GBL. Somerville 3-1-1 in the GBL, just behind Everett. So a win today against the Crimson Tide will get the Highlanders into second place. 2 huge GBL games coming up in their next 3 games, as they also have Revere coming up next week, and that will be Tuesday at 4:15 at Revere, the other team ahead of the Highlanders. So over this next 4-5 day stretch, the Highlanders can find themselves going from 3rd to 1st in the GBL.
Yeah, they got to take care of business, Todd. It's been the couple early season hiccups here for Somerville, dropping some games you would not expect them to. You only get a few of those the season before it becomes a problem. So they're going to look to make sure that they put down a marker here and take care of business here at home against Everett.
Somerville coming off a 3-2 comeback victory against Lynn English. That could have been one of those not so good markers, as they had to come back to beat Lynn English. Lynn English, currently the Bulldogs in last place, winless in the GBL. They remain that way, as the Highlanders were able to come back for a 3-2 victory over the Bulldogs of Lynn English, as Jose Guevara with 2 goals, getting his 7th, or I should say 8th and 9th of the season, as well as Gabe Dos Reis with 1 goal in that ball game, and he now has 5 on the season. Those are the 2 leading goal scorers for the Highlanders. We will see what they can do today against the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide in the white tops, red shorts, moving left to right. Highlanders in the red with the blue numerals, heading right to left on your TV, phone, or computer screen, as Jose trying to collect that over there. Lopez unable to do that. Out of bounds. Everett will get it. As quickly forward there by Valdivieso.
As Todd, the rain descends here at Dilboy. It had been holding off for a little bit, but as soon as kickoff was coming, the rain came down.
Absolutely. The mist has started here at Dilboy, overcast, and now a mist in the air. Very calm wind, though, so not much wind out there, but the footing could become treacherous. Something to watch out for.
And the ball is really going to move on as the shot comes in there wide. That ball on wet turf is going to really, really skip. So anything on the ground, you're going to see that thing moving out there.
You're going to be dealing with a skipping ball. Also, the grip on the ball for the goalkeeper is going to be very difficult, as Amani Mixon will have to be dealing with that along with Douglas Verde for the Crimson Tide.
At the professional rank, you'll see gamesmanship teams that like to keep the ball on the ground when they go away from home. The home side.
Beautiful touch there. A single touch by Gabe, almost able to run onto it was Josue.
Sorry, I said you'll see some gamesmanship where home sides against the likes of Man City or Liverpool will actually keep the pitch dry to keep them from executing their short passing game. So not an issue here for Somerville.
Long throw in there for Everett as they try to get it down to Dreesy.
And the ref very demonstrative that he took ball there, not even thinking about a pen.
As Renderos tried to show a little bit of speed there, poked out of bounds by the Highlanders. Crimson Tide, the only team without a loss in the GBL, with 3 wins in the GBL and 3 ties in their GBL record so far. Of course, also coming out on Friday, that would be tomorrow as we sit here on Thursday, September 27th. Coming on Friday, September 27th, I should say, will be the new MIAA 2024 fall ranking. So we'll see where everybody is standing in terms of their playoff positioning in the MIAA tournament. Long throw in there by Gabe, unable to get it through, headed back. Good head there by Ribeiro. As Ribeiro, a little push in the back of Josue, and he wanted something there, but wasn't going to get anything.
Yeah, it's probably a little too subtle. Maybe the far ref could have seen it, but it was too subtle for the ref here in front of us. He was shielded from that one.
Inbounds from Lucas gets sent back, as Andrade was able to move that one out of the dangerous position. Now Lucas gets it on his feet, gets it immediately stolen away by Hector, as Lubin's Hector gets it poked away. Jose all over the place there, but very dangerous for Imani as he gave it up to Lubens. And right there, oh my goodness gracious, Jefferson Valdivieso, Johnny on the spot, or Jeff on the spot, one might say, was able to hug that post and poke that ball away.
That was a miraculous goal line clearance. The opponent had pretty much the entire goal to aim for. We caught a break when he went for right where our defender was, but that was how this game is not 1-0, I don't know.
So Lubin's Hector, after that near miss from the corner, gets it out to Dreesy. Dreesy unable to get a clean shot off, as looked like maybe the footing was a little treacherous there for him. And that ball poked away out of danger by Marco Hoxhally. And now Gabe trying to build a counter there, but unable to, as Renderos got it away from him.
And it's going to take them a second. They did their warm-up out there on this pitch under different conditions, and they're playing the game under. So there's going to be an adjustment period for both sides here as they get used to the wet ball, the wet pitch.
No doubt. I called it a mist initially, and it has moved from mist stage to full-on rain stage now.
There's an example right there. That ball, Anthony was expecting that ball to. Sorry, it's Lucas Gomes. Expecting that ball to stay in, and it's just going to run and skip on the wet pitch.
As that ball headed out by D'Souza. Hector gives it up for the inbounds, and Ribeiro inbounds. Looking deep into the box there. Very long throw-ins coming from Ribeiro. We've seen 2 now. As he tries to center that one. Jair right there, able to clear it away, but his clearance not where he wanted it there. Now Jose with it, trying to clear it out. Opportunity right there for Gabriel Garcia, but knocked wide.
Not been a great start here for Somerville. Most of the action here has been down in their defensive third. Again, real let off there. Should be trailing 1-0 at this point. That's a very high XG on that attempt in front of goal.
Second corner kick for the Crimson Tide here as they try to bend it in front post, headed away. I think Andrade got the head to that one. D'Souza chasing it out wide, along with Lopez. As they boxed in the offensive player, the long shot, easily handled by Amani. But with the conditions, you never know what might happen. So a shot like that, very dangerous. Opportunity here for Josue, but he's unable to get the ball onto his feet the way he wanted to. So he had running in front of him Bermudez, as Hector Schneider was right out there. Deep ball, long side, Jose right there. He'll pop it up into the air. Can it get into the net? And it does! Jose Lopez with a bit of skill from the right side.
And they're pointing to Jose. I think that went in untouched. The Everett goalkeeper did crash into the far post, so hopefully he's okay. He's up moving about. Hopefully he's able to continue. That was, I don't know whether that was a cross or a shot, but it's a goal.
Yes, I'm going to say it was a shot the entire way, and I recommend Jose agree. As the Highlanders lead now 1-0. Goal there in the 6th minute.
And you can see Landaverde, the Everett goalkeeper, trying to move his arm. He's not moving very freely.
Goal number 14, Jose Lopez.
Is that ball blocked away? Opportunity possibly here to get it going the other way for the Highlanders. Good battle there as Arredondo battling will get called, or knocked out on him, I should say. As Jair battling with him there. Highlanders now the 1-0 lead on the goal by Jose Lopez. That's his 6th of the season. Now opportunity for Everett, but coming back is Jose as he sends it back to Amani. Amani plays it off of the feet. Little bit of danger there, but he was able to clear it out and away. And Lopez, just a tremendous job coming up on the weak side.
As Josue Guevara gestures to his teammates, let's calm it down. Let's calm it down.
Now Everett, once again trying to mount their offense. They've dominated in terms of time of possession so far in the first 7 minutes of this game, although the Highlanders able to break through on that goal by Jose Lopez, lead 1-0.
A little bit against the run of play, but we'll take it.
Valdivieso powers this one away. Gabe trying to touch it forward. He's got a run on it. He's got Josue ahead of him as Everett slows it down, trying to offsides trap. Gabe now able to cross it, crosses it for D'Souza. Anthony's got it. He'll fire it towards the net, and D'Souza finds the back of the net for the Highlanders.
I'm going to admit, Todd, I thought he messed that up by not hitting that first time, but he knew what he was doing, and really nice first touch set up the very nicely placed shot at the left post there. Goalkeeper had no chance at that.
D'Souza picking up his 3rd goal of the season. Highlanders lead 2-0 as Gabriel Dos Reis with the assist.
This game has changed. It has shifted dramatically since Everett had a number of chances down there at Somerville's end, and now suddenly it's all Somerville.
And just think of what it would look like if Valdivieso had not stopped that ball on the goal line when Mixon was beaten
number
by
17, Anthony D'Souza with the assist to number 11, Gabriel Dos Reyes.
Yeah, and that was a great ball by Gabe to cut that back early near the top of the box. Everyone's expecting it to come through near the top of the 6 where the runner was at the back post, and it just threw everyone and created a really good chance there.
Well, and it seemed like some of the skipping ball that you talked about in terms of on the turf helped him to get free on that first touch that he had, because it came off of his head and seemed to skip forward in a way that was beneficial.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those magical touches. You talking about Gabe?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd have to see it again. He looked like he almost flicked that. It almost looked like a rainbow kick or something. I don't know. Whatever it was, it worked, and it was great.
As Valdivieso now out wide, trying to get with Jose Lopez out there, but Lopez breaking the wrong direction, thought it was going to come back a little bit.
It looked like Jose did slip a little too and wasn't able to get the forward momentum going. But yeah, the ball was a little far out in front of him also.
Treacherous conditions out there as the rain continues to come down here at Dilboy. Highlanders leading 2-0 as we are just about 10 minutes into this game. Everett still maintaining that time of possession as Gabriel Garcia out here wide to Hector. Hector trying that cross there. Strong shot, hits the side netting inside crossbar.
Yeah, did not seem thrilled with his with the result of that shot there. Seemed a little upset with himself for that, but it was a really nice ball to set that up. Somerville didn't see that coming, slipped it through a lead ball into the box.
Mixon will power this one away.
They have to stay alive to that threat here.
As Efren Ramos cutting in, trying to pull that one away. Now the Highlanders have the opportunity out wide here. They give it to Gomes. As Lucas trying to feather that pass through, looking for D'Souza, but it's knocked away.
Yeah, the pass there was an opportunity for a through ball straight to Gabe would have been played straight into goal there if he'd seen that. It was a relatively easy, well, easy for me to say, relatively straightforward lead pass that was there for Gabe right up the middle.
Touch to Jair, and he'll send it back to Amani, starting their attack from the very back. Amani powers it over to Lopez. Jose's got a little bit of space, see what he can do with it there, tries to feed it forward to Gabe, but that one poked away. So it looks like Efren Ramos has pulled the shadowing of Gabe Dos Reis today.
We'll wish him luck with that.
Yeah.
Gabe's tough to keep up with.
No question about that. That ball forward, Leuven's Hector, we've seen his speed already. Almost was able to get there. Andrade, though, there to shepherd it out of bounds.
That's a good shield there. Otherwise, Hector might have been able to get to it.
So Andrade will power that one away. Could see you grimacing there, allowing the offensive player so close on that kick. But now Gabe has the opportunity over top. He's out ahead. Can he get that ball over the goaltender? No. Landaverde very aggressive off of his line, able to knock that one away.
And he had to use his head out there because he was outside the box and could not use his hands. We got a player down here.
Yeah, Ribeiro is down.
There's a lot of contact on that. I don't know. Both going for the ball, but he definitely took a body blow there.
Took a tumble to the turf, checking in with the official.
He looks more upset than hurt, I would say.
28:03 remaining here in the first half. As Ribeiro will leave the pitch for a moment due to the stoppage in play. They'll bring in Carballo, Jefferson Carballo. Rainy day here at Dilboy. Highlanders up 2-0 on the goals by D'Souza and Lopez. As Hawks Hawley with a quick restart. Poked away. Jefferson will pop that one up, and that is an offsides right there.
And just left a little early. If they'd waited, and the defensive line, it looked like also stepped up nicely to play them offside. But yeah, it's got to be a little patient there with that.
As Landaverde sends this one forward. Opportunity possibly there, but ably handled there by Imani on the back line. Huge boot there by Mixon.
He wanted to show off a little after his counterpart unleashed a long free kick. Imani says, hold my, well, we won't say that at a high school.
Hold my Kool-Aid.
Hold my Kool-Aid. Hold my soda.
Hold my energy beverage. As Jair with a single touch tried to get it forward, looking for Gabe, knocked away there. As Arredondo got the foot to it, now a foot race is going on as Garcia into the area, pokes it wide of the net. Again, Imani very aggressive in that situation, possibly a little over-aggressive in that situation.
Yeah, it's the second time Imani's gotten caught in a bit of no man's land there. He's a phenomenal goalkeeper. Usually his judgment is spot on with that, but it's a couple times now where he's found himself in trouble.
As Lopez will fire this one forward up high. Josue trying to run onto that one. Gets hips to the face.
And that's a foul because the opponent did not take the ball at all, just the player.
As Jair feeds it back. Marco out here wide. Good connection with Lucas. Lucas looking to center. Trying to get it to Josue. As it's poked away. Now Jair, another nice touch there to Jose. Lopez, nice move. As he's able to get by the defender. Looked like a possible handball there on Drissy, no call. Good touch there to Jair right in the middle. As Jair cutting through the defense, feeds it out wide. D'Souza with the center, headed down. And Josue just not able to get onto that ball, well marked on that play.
That was really good, though. That was create really good chance there. Ball into the box, headed down nicely, just didn't quite come off. It's good. Well, I'll say good football, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely, a great build to that opportunity that came about.
Yeah. They're moving that ball around. As Somerville's adjusted here, they're looking really good so far in this game. Not just because of the goals, like just overall, they look like they've found themselves.
25-18 remaining here in the first half as there is timeout on the field. We're going to keep it right here because I'm going to talk to you really quickly about something happening. It's very, very exciting. We're within a week by the time this game is posted. It will be within a week of the Tufts Football Classic. We've been talking about it now for weeks. On Friday, October 4th at 6 p.m., the Highlanders of Somerville will face off against the Medford Mustangs in football at Ellis Oval on Zimmern Field as the Highlanders and the Mustangs fighting off in a trophy game, the Tufts Football Classic, the first one ever. And of course, Somerville City Councilman at Large Jake Wilson made me aware of the actual physical location of Ellis Oval, which happens to be within the city of Somerville. So I think that's home field advantage. Let's make it feel like home field advantage. Everybody get out to Ellis Oval, 6 p.m. Friday, October 4th. And if you cannot be at that game, if you cannot be at Ellis Oval, make sure you have it right here on Somerville Ed TV, as we will have coverage. Eddie Maldonado and myself will be at Ellis Oval covering the Highlanders versus the Mustangs. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, mash those buttons. Thank you so much for watching. We really, really do appreciate it. We're almost to 2,500 subscribers. Let's keep on getting those numbers up.
And Todd, I caught the thrilling comeback double overtime victory by Somerville over
Big
Malden.
win against Malden. Huge win.
Yep.
As the Highlanders able to come back down 8 points with 5 minutes remaining in that game. They were able to drive down the field and tie it up and win it in double overtime. As that ball knocked out by Valdivieso. Under 25 minutes remaining here in the first half. Highlanders leading 2-0. Goals by Jose Lopez and by Anthony D'Souza. As that ball poked aside, it'll be a goal kick for the Highlanders. Of course, don't forget as well, we will have coverage of the Highlanders playing Chelsea in GBL action in football on tomorrow night, Friday, September 27th. Could be tonight. Depends on when you're watching this broadcast. But you can tune in for that. It should be a good game. Highlanders favored to win that game. I will go out on that limb. As Everett trying to get it back into their offensive position. Cleared out wide. Andrade got a foot to it. Now Gabe looking to get the first touch. Instead's got to chase it down. Gives it off. Now Marco plays it forward. So the Highlanders looking to build once again. Josue's got some space. Gives it through. And Lucas unable to play that one as it got poked away from a little soft on that pass.
It was. You wonder, could he have come back for it more? Obviously, the pass should have had more on it to lead him. But still, they were on the same page. They were linking up well.
Speaking of same page, Drissy, as well as number 19, Pinto, the opportunity here. A little physicality there from Andrade.
And they're going to have to be alive. They've got some height in the box. Enrique Pinto in the box for Everett definitely has some size they're going to have to contend with if they get a cross into him in the air.
Well, and we saw the power that Ribeiro has with his throw-ins. He's made 2 huge throw-ins that we've seen already. Probably a good 30, 40 yards on his throw-ins.
Without drying the ball off, no less.
And he's going to get that right inside as Hector was back on that back post but was unable to get it as Lopez was marking him. Now he's got him out wide. As they feed him for Renderos on the overlap, he'll fire that one towards the near post, and Imani in perfect position smothers it.
I'm amazed he can get that kind of distance on his throw-ins without drying the ball off. The most famous throw-in specialist of all time, Roy Delap, is famous for wrapping that ball up in his shirt to dry it off before every throw-in.
Another big boot there by Imani. As Garcia comes back, or I should say Hector comes back to play it, and he's going to show his speed on the outside. Jose Lopez able to keep pace with him. Center pass there. No dangers. It's cleared away, and now an opportunity for the Highlanders as the touch is out here to the near side looking for Gomes. Gomes battling there with Enriquez. And Enriquez able to clear it away. Now Dreesy. He's got Huxley on him. Marco will take that off of him. As Marco plays that forward, as Josue has it. Josue fakes one way, goes to the outside, trying to chase that down to get the shot or cross off, but it's just tackled out of bounds for the corner kick at the last second.
Yeah, he showed just a little too much of that to the defender with a touch that got away from him a little bit. Otherwise, something good likely was come out of that, either a good cross or possibly even a shot there at the near post.
Josue looking for double-digit goals for the season. He's got 9 goals so far this season.
It's like Enzo coming on.
Substitution for the Highlander, Enzo Antunes.
Getting used to these new haircuts. They're different from the spring.
There we go. So the corner kick here for the Highlanders. Gabe breaking in back post. Right out in front, but nobody able to redirect it towards the goal.
Right into the mix, but it did take a touch. It looked like, they gave it to Somerville. They gave the Somerville the throw.
Everett was able to get the touch as it was passing through, so Somerville will get the throw in. As Gabe now with it on his feet. Double teamed, he's able to get around. Crosses it, Jair with it now. Out to Jose. Jose will pop this one back up. Not much danger with that from Lopez. As it gets out of bounds, though, off of Everett.
He's on the field. There he goes. Those lines get confusing, Todd.
Multi-purpose field here, of course, at Dilboy Stadium.
I got yelled at. Coaching these boys here on this field got yelled at for standing on the field once. Thought it was the blue lines at one point.
I believe blue lines are your lacrosse lines. We, of course, cover all of these athletic endeavors here on Somerville Ed TV, so in the spring you'll get to watch some lacrosse, and we'll use the blue lines then.
Blue lines also, I think, double when the adults play here and do 7v7. They make nice little.
Oh, that's a good idea.
They do 3. I've played that. That's how I know. They do 3 fields across, and that's the penalty area. That's
nice.
the 18-yard box, if you will.
We are just under halfway through the first half. Highlanders leading 2-0. Goals by Jose Lopez and Anthony D'Souza. As Mixon right to the top of the box. It's headed down by Everett as they're going to be able to clear it away. Drissy gets the touch. Hector now.
We've got numbers if they go quick.
He's got a lot of speed, does Hector. Nice job there by Jeff Valdivieso.
Had they gone quickly there, Everett would have had a 3-on-2. But he couldn't quite get it under control there on the far sideline.
Lucas Rabel Araujo in. As this ball headed down towards Gabe. Instead, it's going to get by him. Opportunity here for Antunes.
It's like someone lost part of their cleat out there. He goes, must be Enzo's. He's coming back to look for it.
There it is.
Oh, the world's smallest shin guard.
touched forward by Gabe's head there.
Not exactly street legal, probably, but whatever. It is the fashion. We'll blame Jack Grealish for that.
Oh, an opportunity here setting up as they have Hector out wide. A mistouch there by Andrade, and Hector's not going to miss the chance this time as he puts it into the back of the net. So Leuven's Hector cuts the Highlander lead in half with the goal. He was in alone. Jefferson Valdivieso, hugging the post earlier, was able to kick it off the goal line on one of his attempts, but not a miss that time as he was able to get in against the Highlander defense.
And Todd, what we had there was a failure to communicate. He's in. He's onside.
Josue is onside. I thought he was. The whistle blows.
Well, he's officially not. So whether we thought he was onside or not, inconsequential. There's no VAR.
Goal number 16, Leuven's Hector.
And yes, what appeared there for the Highlanders was a failure to communicate.
And that was a gift there.
D'Souza sends that forward, but Gomes, I should say, unable to clear it fully. Everett now. Drissy trying to turn, double team, nice job by D'Souza as he took it right off of him. Jair sends that forward, just not able to get it through as Ribeiro got the foot to it. Now Valdivieso, nice job with the head. Jair motivates it forward with the foot. Opportunity here for Antunes and Antunes as he feeds it out wide looking for Jair. Or Josue, I'm sorry.
The ref considered that 6 of one, half a dozen of the other in terms of that contact, but that was on the edge of being a foul, I thought.
As Antunes with it now, Enzo looking to turn, couldn't quite get it away.
And he had Josue there. If he'd been able to control that and lay that off, he had Josue making a really nice run into the area.
Drissy now will feed it back. As Everett has cut the Highlander lead in half, 2-1 on the goal by Leuven's Hector.
As Jose loses another. Shin guards are flying here. I don't know if it's the moisture out there or what, but they are flying out here today.
Rain has let off a little bit here. We're backed into mist stage. As Valdivieso barely able to get that one away, but a good job by him as he had Rebel on him.
That was a high-stakes situation there. If he got that one wrong, it was going to be trouble again at the back for Somerville.
There's a Ribeiro here. He's got that long throw in. As Drissy now, defended out there by Hawks Hawley. Trying to get it to the interior, looking there for Garcia. Cleared away, though, by the Highlanders. Everett looking to build back. Good job there defensively as D'Souza got it away. Gabe will play it forward as Enzo trying to run onto it. And Landaverde playing around with it, probably shouldn't do that. And now Jair has some room in front of him, and the goalie off his line, but Jair a little bit wide with that shot.
It wouldn't quite settle for him. You could tell if he could have willed that ball to lie down and sit, he probably would have gotten a really, Jair can hit him from out there. So, just wouldn't settle for him.
15 minutes remaining here in the first half. Highlanders lead this one 2-1. As Everett sends it away on the goal kick. Collected by Jair. Looking for Gabe here to the near side. Enriquez gets the best of it, but out of bounds. So the Highlanders will get the ball.
And Todd, the next goal in this game is going to, and I will predict there will be another goal in this game. It's pretty wide open. There have been chances at both ends. But next goal is massive.
As D'Souza poked it out, trying to get it to Gabe. And now here's Hector. As Leuven's Hector, you see the speed he has. Feeds it forward, looking for Garcia. Imani, very, very aggressive right at the edge of his box, able to handle the situation.
Yeah, Jose's got his hands full with the pace there on the far side, and that's going to be a foul.
Jose is going to get called for the foul as he and Hector battling with the hands and the arms, and Lopez was the last one seen.
And Jose is quick, so if he's struggling with the pace of a player out there, you know that opponent is fast. Thankfully, the wet pitch saw that one skip right on through to Imani in goal.
Dangerous opportunity here for the Crimson Tide. As Valdivieso gets the head to it, Gabe trying to run onto it. He'll power it forward, trying to get it up, looking for Enzo. Ooh. Forward there. Enzo gets a knee right to the face, and a difficult landing there for Enriquez right after he hit the knee to the face.
And that is
actually
that's Rafiq.
Yeah.
I believe that's Rafiq Miller out there wearing the number
Miller's
4. We're used
four.
to him wearing his 0, but he's getting some minutes out in the field here.
So
it's good to
Rafiq
see.
was involved in that.
Yep.
Everybody looks all right. I was a little worried for Enriquez, honestly.
Everybody's up. That was a tough. Both players went into it, right? It wasn't like anyone. There was no foul, right? I didn't think there was a foul. No foul was called. Just good, tough play.
And Rafiq unable to get that settled as it was headed over top of him by Ribeiro. Now D'Souza fighting inside, ends up on Jair's feet. He'll send it back to Jose. Jose through the middle of the field. Rafiq will send it out wide. Opportunity here for Josue as he's out ahead. Josue looking for Rafiq, trailing. Miller fires that one towards the net. It gets blocked back by Ribeiro.
And Rafiq just didn't connect with that one. He has a good shot. I've seen it, but he just didn't connect well with that one.
As D'Souza sends that into the area, Landaveri had a little bit of difficulty with it as it skipped strangely with some spin and some wetness.
And you always wonder in those situations when a keeper dives like that, is it going to get away from him and have an open goal yawning there for someone to just put the ball in the back of calmly? Didn't happen, though.
As Gomes was able to get it forward, but Gabriel's first touch was stolen away by Drissi. Drissi sent that forward, but a good job on the back by Andrade. But here comes Leuven's Hector. He feeds it forward to Garcia. Garcia's shot blocked by Imani.
That's what Imani can do for you.
Good job there by Imani Mixon. Tough shot there by Garcia. As Leuven's Hector, once again, that speed by Hector really causing difficulty for the Highlanders defense.
Yeah, he's a lot to contend with out there. They're going to have to definitely probably at halftime, they're going to figure out some strategy for trying to keep him under control.
It's Garcia with it now, trying to turn it around. Down along the ground, squirts it through the middle. Valdivieso is able to clear it away. Miller feeds it out to Lopez. Jose's got room. He'll fire it forward in the air, trying to get it to Gabe. Gabe pokes it back to Rafiq. Now Miller out here wide. D'Souza able to run onto it. He cuts it back to the interior, just behind Rafiq Miller there. As Miller could have run onto that, but they still have control as Hawks. Holy, beautiful pass there to Gabe. Oh, Gabe just not quite forward enough with that first touch.
It looked like he tried to go with the outside of his right foot. If he'd been able to somehow get that on the inside of his left foot, I wonder if it would have been a slightly better touch that could have played him in. A good ball, though. Yeah, and that pass was just behind Miller. If that had been in stride, he would have had a good chance there right on the edge of the box.
Kachansky coming into the game for the Highlanders.
First we've seen in this game of Kachansky, and hopefully he can bring some calm to the midfield.
As Gabe's throw in, headed away. And they'll get it out. Garcia, defended by Valdivieso there. Hector passes it back to Drissi. They try to get it forward looking for Garcia, but it's poked back by Lopez.
This game's gotten frantic, Todd. Lots of really quick, long passes, some cut and thrust going on.
Trying to get it to Rebello there. Too far out in front of him, and Monty will take care of it. As Rebello harrying him back in the back. 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Highlanders leading 2-1. Headed there by Ramos. Out wide, there's Leuven's Hector again. Speed to the outside as he's able to get speed past Jose, get down for the opportunity. The first touch off of Garcia, though, did not go well as Andrade was able to poke it away. Now a great job there by Josue as he beautifully plays it down, gets it out to Hector, and now Gabe with it here on the near side. Good counter here building for the Highlanders as it's into the box. Hector has the opportunity.
Did I see that? Did Gabe just go with a Rabona cross?
It looked like it.
All right, hey, I'm here for it.
I'm not arguing with it.
Oh, this is
good opportunity here into the area. Josue right there. But Landaverde able to take control.
I'm not the only one who saw the Rabona, so we're gonna with no replay, I'm gonna call it a Rabona.
There you go.
Audacious.
As that ball, long ball, Imani.
That's fine.
Miss-hit there, but miss-hit out of bounds. That's fine.
That is fine. Just put it. What you don't want is it staying in play with the goalkeeper that far out. That is 100% fine for a keeper to put it out of play like that.
Hector with the throw in to Garcia, defended there by Andrade. It's Valdivieso now coming over to help out. Valdivieso will clear that out of bounds. It's been back and forth action here in the first half. Highlanders scored 2 goals in the span of about 4 minutes in the first 10 minutes to take a 2-0 lead, but Everett has had plenty of scoring chances like this one that's lining up. It's Rebello, unable to get on that ball, but he's able to get by as he centers it. Now handled out there by Lucas Gomes, and he will send it away.
And Todd, I always tell people you don't have to win the ball in that situation. Just don't, prevent the cross, or just don't let them get past you. You don't have to win it.
As Gabe plays that back, Imani will come up and play it with the feet. Big left boot of Imani Mixon. Ribeiro, though, with the head back. Now Milo unable to get it away from Dreesy. Out here wide, nice head there by Gomes. As Huxley unable to get it with the tackle, but D'Souza was able to motivate it forward.
And they got to warn their teammate there when he's getting closed down from behind like that. You could tell he was totally unaware of what was happening out there. You got to talk, you got to warn. Got to give a man on or some sort of warning, or that happens.
Out of bounds off of Lopez. Everett's ball. Frantic back and forth first half of play sees the Highlanders leading 2-1. Everett dominated the possession in the early going, but the Highlanders got 2 goals in that early going. Highlanders in the middle of this half were able to get their possession time, but Everett has kind of tilted the field back the other direction here and late in the half.
Yeah, been a lot of soaking up pressure for the Highlanders and trying to hit them on the quick counter.
And Gabe, good opportunity there. Good job by Ribeiro to pull the ball away from him. Forward there by Enriquez, trying to connect with Rebello, but goes for naught. As Garcia will come out. Enrique Pinto back into the game.
Short shift there for Kachansky with Jair coming back out.
Yep, Jair back into the game. As Andrade has it. Drawing those 2 offensive players, feeds it forward for Gabe, who has 2 defensive players on him. They're going to give Gabe a little bit of room, and he will take that as he goes towards the center.
Uh-huh.
Nice touch there, looking for Josue. Now ends up with Snitcher. Hector, though, unable to get that one past the defender.
Hector just took a little too long to get that shot off, and the opportunity went away.
Now Gabe in some space. He'll take the shot, looking for the upper right corner, and just barely missed it.
He can hit those. I've seen him score from out there with almost that exact shot. He can definitely hit that. That couldn't have missed by too much. It would probably maybe a couple yards.
I would say it might have been inside a yard. It was very, very close. Now an opportunity here for Everett. Nice job by Andrade as he's able to keep the ball away, though, from Pinto. Powers that one forward. Everett will come away with it as Ribeiro has it.
Now, I would say Pinto looks like more of a target man, the guy who's going to get on the end of the cross, and the guy who's going to, do something tricky out there and put the cross in.
As Gabe feeds it back, looking for D'Souza. A little miscommunication. Anthony, nice job chasing it down.
Got to come back to the ball.
Ribeiro was able to poke that one away. And now they feed it out wide. Renderos is on it. Renderos looking to make a run. He's got some space. He has that big number 19 in front of the goal. But Jose, nice job taking away the angle, was able to poke it out of bounds. But it is the 3rd corner kick of the game for Everett.
And that was a ropey situation there where their big target man, their 19 in the box, had gotten goal side.
As this comes in, they try to get it on the near post from the corner. Rebello, though, got it poked away. And now there's Hector as he sends it into the middle. And Ribeiro trying to get the head to it, unable to, marked very, very closely by Andrade. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, and they had Villanueva Figueroa wide open, the freshman at the top of the box, and failed to spot him.
As Jose settling this one, sends it across the pitch.
Did not connect cleanly with that one.
No. Tried to chase that one down, did Gomes. Winds up for Everett. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. 2-1 is the Highlander lead. Everett still knocking on the door, though. As Leuven Hector with it. Feeds it here near side to Renderos. Renderos and Rebello. As Rebello with it, gives it back to Renderos as they're trying a give and go with Rebello. Chasing there with Lucas. Good job by Gomes as he got down there for the tackle. Popped up directly into the air. Tried to clear out of the area but didn't clear cleanly. And we have a whistle there. As that's going to be a very dangerous situation here.
If they have a lefty, this is going to be a really dangerous situation. We'll find out. I'm going to guess. Renderos might be a lefty.
There's Renderos.
We'll see based on where he backs up from it.
Had him playing out on the left side.
Yeah, he's
attacking.
a lefty.
He is a lefty.
You're going to see him probably curl this in at the back post, and the goalkeeper's going to have to deal with the opponents rushing at him and the shot, potentially, if it's on target. You want to put it on frame here, though.
Kevin Renderos with the kick right at Mixon. Mixon able to take care of the business. It didn't look like he got it out wide enough to bend it towards the post, right in the middle of the pitch, right in the middle of the goal.
As we lose our third shin guard at the game here. I don't know what's going on today with the shin guards.
There are equipment issues.
Yeah, wild.
As Josue trying to get control of that ball, undercut the defender.
And that was Marco.
Yep.
Marco Hashali who lost his shin
Yep,
guard.
Marco lost that.
I don't know if they need to start taping those things in there or what, but I've seen one shin guard pop out in a game. I've never seen three in a game.
Call goes against Ramos, another situation where he elevated, not playing the ball in any way. And so, good opportunity here for the Highlanders. Jair down on the knee, getting his cleats tightened a bit. Hopefully he won't have a shin guard pop out.
Gotta hope.
2 minutes on the clock, time kept on the field as
goal.
Valdivieso looking for the goal, and it's just high as Landaverde was able to pop it just above the crossbar. What a shot there by Jefferson Valdivieso.
And I think he had to make that save because I think that was on frame. I think that would have dipped under the bar if the goalkeeper had not gotten a fist on that.
Second corner of the game now for the Highlanders. Time kept on the field. We await the long whistles. Highlanders, once again, right in the middle there, cleared away by the Everett defense. As Rebello gets a foot to it, but Marco now through with a little bit of skill there, but loses control to Drisi. Now, nice job by Gabe as Marco turns, looked for the cross there.
It was good.
You can see Josue is waving his hand, saying, I should have been kind of cutting in, but it was a good pass.
That's good. That whole thing was good. That sequence was excellent. Really important duel won by Marco there. If he hadn't won that, it would have been 1v1 with Jose and the attacking player for Everett. So that was big.
As Marco over to Gabe. And the long whistle sound. That will do it for the first half of play. A frantic back and forth half. The Highlanders have the lead on goals by Jose Lopez and Anthony D'Souza. 2-1 is your score. We'll be back here at Dilboy Stadium for second half action here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Dilboy Stadium. Todd Harmon alongside Somerville Councilman at Large Jake Wilson here on Somerville Ed TV. Second half action between the Highlanders and the Crimson Tide of Everett. I have an endemic distaste for the Crimson Tide as a University of Tennessee volunteer fan. So
different
I'm
Crimson
happy.
Tide, Todd.
Very
different
Crimson Tide. I understand.
Quite good at football, just like the Alabama
That's
Crimson
true.
Tide.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm going to guess there's got to be some relationship in there, given the proud history of Everett football.
Highlanders lead in this one 2-1. Goals by Jose Lopez and Anthony D'Souza. They scored their 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Highlanders then gave up the goal to Louvain's Hector, number 16, as he cut the lead in half. And very quickly off the start, an opportunity for Everett. They forced their 4th corner of the game as Garcia out wide fed the middle there, looking for Enrique Pinto. It had to be cleared by the Highlanders.
And that was actually, you would have guessed it was the reverse. That was Pinto out wide.
Oh, was that Pinto? I'm sorry, I missed that.
He heard me calling him a target man and decided to show me what he could do out there. He did some nice footwork and got a cross in, so shows what I know.
It's Renderos feeds Garcia. Garcia now working against Hawks Hawley, gives it back to Renderos. Renderos pops that one into the middle, not where he wanted it. And the Highlanders able to take it away as they feed it forward looking for Josue. It's Guevara with it now.
It's good defending there by Everett there to stop Josue in his tracks.
Efren Ramos comes up and makes the stop there. Highlanders keeping the possession as Lopez inbounds. Jose with the high ball at the edge of the box, headed away by Ribeiro. Now Andrade with the educated head as well.
They got a talk out there, the 2 Somerville players just tried to play the same ball.
As Lopez with the head, very nice, good touch there as it's in. Josue trying to get towards it there, but Ramos very tight on him there. As Everett now feeds it down towards Pinto.
As Richie, the PA announcer, is all over the dangerous water bottle on the pitch, getting the ball boy to take care of that and safeguard player safety.
Richie, eyes everywhere. Doesn't matter what game it is, Richie's eyes are on it. Making sure everything's good. Long ball trying to connect up with Pinto. And Valdivieso showing a bit of skills. He gets by Pinto.
That was slick.
Able to get it by Garcia as well. Now Lopez with it. Defended by 2 Everett players there, and they're able to get it away as Lainez feeds it forward looking for Garcia. And good job there by Jeff as he plays it off of Garcia out of bounds.
Jeff's had himself a game here. He's looked good there. It had that shot on target, too, to make the goalkeeper sweat.
As that ball headed down. High ball, reversing field. Gabe trying to chase it down. Renderos around there. Actually, strike that. That's Enrique's there.
I swear Anthony D'Souza gets taller every time I see him. I don't know what they're feeding that kid, but he just keeps growing.
Renderos will bring that down. Good control there. Back to Ramos as he plays it forward for Garcia. Garcia with the turn. Good job there. Nice play by Jose as he gets the tackle out of bounds, stopping the forward momentum. Ribeiro with a big throw in. He did not use it that time as he gives it into Garcia. Garcia pokes it away, and Jose is going to get called for the trip there.
Yeah, just a tangle of legs. It wasn't nothing intentional, but it was. When you take down a player with the ball like that, they're going to call you.
Dangerous opportunity here as Rene Lainez lines this one up. Very similar to the left-footed opportunity that had down here in the first half on the other end of the pitch.
This one's really far wide, so you're probably going to see a curler, probably at the back post, looking to get on the head of number 19.
Ramos cutting in. Instead, they give it out to Renderos with the left foot, and that'll come off the football upright crossbar as it was too high. Goal kick for the Highlanders.
Just a single doink that time, Todd.
Not the double doink.
That was a 1 in a million.
It's Pinto in harassing the Highlander defense, trying to clear. Valdivieso had that one pop up on him, but he handled it well. Sent it forward. Has to be cleared away. Out of bounds by Enriquez.
Those ball boys are doing their jobs, getting the ball in the hands of the Somerville player to do a quick throw-in.
Big ball there from Marco, looking for Lopez to run onto it. Here is Jose, pokes it towards the net. Gabe betrayed by the inside of his foot. Oh my goodness gracious. Gabe had that lined up right in front of the goal. Just didn't get the angle he wanted on it.
Now I've seen it all. I would back Gabe to finish that just about every time. Great ball by
Highlanders.
Jose. Let's give credit to the crosser. That was a really, really nice ball into the box.
It was a great ball by Jose. It was also a great ball by Marco on the far side as he reverse field to Jose with that long ball.
And
Now an
Jose's out of
opportunity
position.
here for Everett as Garcia feeds it forward looking for Pinto. Down on the pitch is Imani as he slips. He has to use some skill to get that ball out of there.
He's not out of the woods yet.
No, he is not. As Renderos sends it in, Garcia now is out wide. Gives it back to Renderos, who had knifed through. And Imani will smother that ball after Renderos was able to get it on frame.
And Everett went down in the box there looking for a call, but Jose very clearly took ball, so that was never going to be a pen.
Renderos slippery there as he was able to slip between the two defenders and get that ball towards the net, but Imani a good job. Now Gabe the other direction, using his speed. He will try to turn on it. As he was surrounded by Everett defenders, Ramos is able to motivate that ball away to Garcia. Now Garcia with Pinto. Pinto able to speed past Andrade, gets the shot towards the net but goes wide.
Not touched by the keeper, it looks
No,
like.
it was not. It
Looks
will
like
be
they
a
gave
goal kick, I believe, for the Highlanders.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Efren Ramos looked like he took some very painful studs to the top of the foot there in that tangle with Gabe down at the other end.
Goal.
Cleats to the foot. Sorry, this is what happens when someone learns the game from watching the Premier League. The terminology's all messed up.
It's like watching Morning Joe, our premiership segment. As the head going the right way for the Highlanders is Josue trying to body Ribeiro away from it, but Ribeiro able to poke it to Enrique, who clears it away. Now Andrade is going to send it back to Imani as Pinto is charging in. Imani with the high ball, far side midfield. And Leuven's Hector was right there with space if he was able to get that before it went out of bounds, but was not able to.
Or Todd, it's like the...
Another opportunity here is Marco. Once again, it looks like this is the strategy that they talked about during the half to attack.
Yeah.
They're trying that long ball right before midfield, crossing the pitch, and they're finding that backside attack on the weak side there. And the opportunity was there, but the call goes against the Highlanders.
Yeah, and they're going to be looking to see what they can get from that. And we're watching the battle between Jose and the man he's marking over here on the near side of the pitch.
Good job by Jair, able to get in front of Arredondo and get that ball away. Beautiful play forward there. Two Highlanders there as Gabe's got it. Gabe right past Landaverde into the net.
As Everett yells for offside. I didn't have a good look at it. Again, no VAR, so not offside.
And not offsides as that ball played forward beautifully. I did not see who played that ball forward for the Highlanders, but it was played out perfectly. In the area there was Gabe, I believe. Josue was also down there with him. It was just pick your poison. Gabe was the one able to take it to it as he picks up his first goal of the game, his sixth of the season. Highlanders lead 3-1. And like you said in the first half, that next goal is critical, Jake.
Gabriel Dos Reyes.
And I guess that the same still holds here, right? Next goal, and you get the feeling there's going to be another one, how open this game is. Next goal is either going to give Somerville a comfortable lead or put Everett right back in the game.
As they try to get the run for Garcia. Lopez right there. Good job defensively by Jose. Now Gabe, nice first touch over his head, but Ramos able to get that one away. As D'Souza comes in, nice job there by Anthony.
Fouled.
Foul.
Oh, they gave it the other way. I thought they were playing the advantage. Anthony was definitely fouled. Really, he won two headers and took that nicely, and I thought was crashed into without the defender taking the ball at all. I expected the ref to bring it back after playing an advantage and give the foul to Somerville, but saw it differently.
Ribeiro drew the foul instead, possibly by laying upon the pitch for a bit. As that ball forward, and watch out, there's Leuven's Hector, but there is Imani Mixon taking it away from 16, and what a kick forward by Imani as Gabe trying to run onto it. He's got the touch as he's got Josue in front of the net, but just couldn't quite cross it.
On a dry pitch, he gets on the end of that, and that's probably a goal.
Oh, stolen away on the goal kick there by Gabe. A little loose on the back there by Landaverde.
Yeah, as Landaverde wants to know why no one warned him.
Now Jair lost that one, but Hector was not able to get it forward with any sort of speed, just sent it away. Imani able to take care of it.
Looks like they gave an offside. Yep.
30 minutes left here in the game. Highlanders leading 3-1. Goals in the game by Anthony D'Souza, Jose Lopez, and Gabe Dos Reyes.
Just a really entertaining game here. It feels like there's just a chance every 30 seconds in this game. And well played too. Like I guess the wet pitch has led to a really, really well played game.
Throw in there. Chase down Josue all over it there, but it was able to be motivated forward there by Hector. As he gets it to Pina, and Pinto, I should say.
It's a let off there for Somerville. That ball was behind number 9 for Everett.
Now Renderos able to get away from Gabe, but couldn't get away from Jose. Ramos powers this one forward. Jeff sends it right back. Nice ball forward there. That's going to be the offsides, though.
He looked to be offside there. That one looked pretty obvious. An interesting tactic here by Everett in the second half here, where they've kept Leuven Hector, their big speed threat. They flipped him now where he's playing down the right flank, so he's no longer going up against Jose. It's Lucas Gomes, I believe, who finds himself having to deal with that pace.
As they pop this ball forward, a little bit too high to be played by Figueroa. Able to get it through, though. As Pinto in, Valdivieso sends it away. Now Garcia trying to get the run. Jose able to tackle it away from him. That's going to be out for the corner kick, though. 5th corner of the game for Everett. 28 minutes remaining here in the game. Highlanders lead this one 3-1. A victory by the Highlanders today will move them from 3rd into 2nd place in the GBL. Then coming up on Tuesday.
Say look for Pinto perhaps.
On this, looking for Pinto. Actually, no, strike that. It was looking for Hector at the near the edge of the box there, headed down and out for the goal kick.
And Pinto's just got that height where it's got to be tempting for them to look for his head in the box there.
The goal kick here for the Highlanders. Huge games coming up for the Highlanders. They have Everett today. A win today will get them into 2nd place in the GBL. Then Tuesday, October 1st at Revere, 4:15. They have the opportunity for revenge against Revere, who they opened the season with a loss to. As Mixon got that one poked. Andrade now with it on his feet, sends it forward. The Highlanders now with some numbers forward. Great opportunity here as Josue is in, and the hand is up on the offsides.
I'm going to say, again, I don't have the benefit of replay, but I'm going to say that one player was offside for Somerville on the far left side. I don't think that it was Josue.
I agree.
I think it was a tough one for I'll never criticize a referee. They do an impossible job here. But I'm going to say the replay might show that Josue was in fact onside.
I would tend to agree with that. I think it was Josue and Gabe were both onside on that play.
To defend the ref there, they're looking at like a blur of red shirts running through there, and it's really difficult to get that right.
Big boot into the area. Good opportunity here as Leuven Hector unhappy he was not able to get any sort of contact on that.
Don't blame the turf. That's not the turf's fault. This is new turf.
He's very angry. New turf. Very angry with the
two-year-old turf.
Very angry.
Yeah.
How dare the turf do that?
It's the second time we've seen him demonstrative after a chance didn't come off.
And once again, sent forward. Josue running onto it with the opportunity. Lead goal scorer for the Highlanders takes it to the left foot and puts it in the back of the net.
And that's big. That is big. You can tell they are looking for that ball over the top to run onto. Everett keeper not quite coming off his line like you might expect. And they're paying the price now. They're getting in regularly behind that Everett defense. And they're playing sort of a high line too, Todd, and they're paying the price for that.
Highlanders taking the 4-1 lead. 26 minutes remaining in this game. Josue Guevara with his 10th goal of the season, leading all Highlanders goal scorers.
Double digits.
Whistle sounds.
And that was a really cool finish by Josue there. To get it down there, he had the keeper and the defender back there and cut it back onto his left and finished nicely.
Excellent work by Josue as he was able to settle that ball down. Gets that touch back towards the left foot. And as the Highlanders' best goal scorer, he knew what to do with it in that moment.
And you love a two-footed player.
Somerville goal number 12, Josue Guevara.
Highlanders now the 4-1 lead as they came out here in the second half. An obvious strategy of reversing the pitch with the long ball. Now the opportunity to Gabe as Jair played that through. Dos Reyes looking for a second, and he's got his second goal of the game.
They're just picking them apart, Todd. These through long balls over the top, and that more of a through ball in that case, and they're just letting their pace tear apart Everett.
Jair gets the assist on that one as he had that through ball, just a beautifully placed through ball. And then Gabe Dos Reis gets his, let's see here, that's his 7th of the season as he has 2 goals and an assist today for Gabe. What a game for Gabe.
And it is wild how quickly this game changed. It went from Everett threatening for an equalizer down there to just goals pouring in for Somerville at the other end.
Highlanders came out looking to use the long ball and reverse the pitch.
Somerville goal number 11, Gabriel Dos Reyes.
That has worked to
Assisted
perfection.
by Jair Santos Landaverde.
What a ball by Jair.
Jackson Love into the game for the Highlanders on the back line. Under 25 minutes remaining. Highlanders now leading this one 5-1. Highlanders have gotten goals in bunches. Their first 2 goals came in the span of about 5 minutes in the first 10 minutes of this contest. And they have just now scored these 2 goals here in the second half to take the 5-1 lead. One right after the other as Gabe Dos Reyes as well as Josue Guevara get into the back of the net.
And Todd, that's 3 goals for Somerville in about a 6-minute span,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Bunches.
Everett just looks stunned by that. Like I said, Everett had been knocking on the door, threatening to equalize, and next thing you know, I mean, I'd never declare a game over this early, but I mean, they got staring at a serious mountain here now.
Yeah, Gabe Dos Reyes out for the Highlanders as Lucas Firmino comes in, as well as Josue Guevara is out. And the through ball right there by Jackson Love. As they try to get onto it there, the opportunity just going to get over that end line. Highlanders breaking this one open here in the second half. They led 2-1 at the half. 3 goals in the span of about 6 minutes, as you said, Jake. And they have busted this wide open. 5-1 is the Highlander lead.
And it looks like
Good touch there.
Up with this kind of lead, Coach Murray's gone to I would say 5 at the back or three center backs basically. Jackson Love coming in just basically to say, look, we're not going to let them back in this game.
As Garcia runs into one of those backs, and then Marco will end up with the ball. As from Valdivieso with it now, feeds it forward. Trying to get on to that.
Can you read the numbers, Todd? Because the
think
wet shirts
16.
don't make it any easier
I'm
to
going
read
to
the
say
numbers.
16, but I can't really tell 100%. The blue numerals on the red not helping me out.
We're just going to be complaining about these
year.
indecipherable numbers all year. For
All year long.
Anyone wondering?
As Ribeiro sends this one away. Jair trying to play that one forward, looking to get with Lucas Firmino. And Ribeiro plays it out wide for Everett. Out of bounds, it'll go off of Everett.
Is that Ruan? I feel like it's Ruan out there. It's hard to see. Wearing my old glasses with an outdated prescription, but I think that's Ruan.
I think you may be right.
Yeah. We always played him in defense. Shows what we know. They got him playing in attack.
That's why I'm confused.
Got him playing on the wing up
I
there.
keep seeing him
Yeah,
in defense,
yeah.
so I'm seeing him up front now. Highlanders have busted this open 5-1, 3 goals here in the second half, span of about 6 minutes. This one sent to the middle, trying to get with Firmino. Lucas with it there. Unable to control as it's knocked away. Louvin's Hector coming in, but another nice play there by Jeff. Valdivieso playing a heck of a game right now.
It really is. Don't curse him.
Nice touch, though. It was a good touch by him right there, as I was complimenting him to Anthony D'Souza.
Curse the commentator is real. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, Firmino had the opportunity there, but Landaverde sure-handed as he came out off his line. A little physicality there, from some frustration, I think, coming from Rene Lainez.
Leaned into that a little too much. Shoulder to shoulder is legit. That's not a foul, but I guess the ref decided there was a little too much put in that.
Marco will line this one up for the Highlanders. Dangerous opportunity. A lot of physicality in there. You have Ruan, and it is Ruan. I can see now clearly 18.
Now they're
top
covering
of the
him.
box.
They left. Jose's a little bit. No, they're covering him now. You always wonder if you could just slide it through to him.
And Valdivieso once again trying it from the outside. This one not quite as dangerous. Landaverde didn't have to get a paw on it to knock it across and out of play.
Yeah, not struck quite as well as the other. It was a little softer. The keeper definitely could. That would have been comfortable for the keeper, even had it been on target. The first one, though, that was
First one was excellent. It came in the run of play as well.
Like a David Luiz free kick, former Chelsea player.
Good. Valdivieso heads it down. As Louvin's Hector over here, out of bounds off of Everett. Just under 20 minutes remaining here in the game. Highlanders leading 5-1.
It looked like the ref called for a foul? No, he gave the throw. But he looked concerned about any sort of afters. I haven't seen that, unlike the Boston International match. I'm not seeing like any ill-tempered stuff going on, to this point. So
right.
You can tell they're worried about, anytime a game gets away like that, they're worried about emotions getting out of control, but so far it's been clean.
Long ball here, reversing the pitch, looking for Lucas Firmino. Working against him is Renderos. As Firmino gives it off to Lopez. Jose gets a little push there from Lainez.
They heard me say that. Now it's starting to get a little bit
chippy.
Little chippy. Nothing terrible
No.
yet, but just a couple. There were a couple warning. There was a little skirmish along the line, and then a shove right there. So,
Chance
see
here.
the refs put their clamp on this one.
Chance here for the Highlanders. It's Marco and Jose lining it up here, wide to the near side. Ruan on that back post. That's where they're looking for. Oh, Ruan came in looking to get the boot on it. Wasn't able to as he went airborne. Popped out to here to the near side. Louvin's Hector with it. It's Hector, defended by Hoxoli. Gets it away to Renderos. Renderos will power it forward. Drissi unable to get onto it before Andrade clears it away. Now Louvin's Hector coming in out of control through the air, leading with the elbow. Little bit of frustration being shown by the boys in white.
Well, actually, I don't know. I'm going to say he had every right to go for that ball. He jumped. Jose didn't. It always looks worse when that happens. I don't know. I wouldn't have given a foul there.
Jose sends that one in, and that will come off the head on the back post. I want to see who that was. I couldn't quite make it out. As Lopez will get the assist on the free kick. That is Lucas Firmino.
It is Lucas.
Lucas picking up his first goal of the season.
Well taken.
Jose Lopez picking up the assist on that free kick. Great job by Jose. Just perfect touch. Got it over the defender, Firmino, right there. Hit such power off the head. Landaverde got a hand to it, but he wasn't able to stop it.
Yep. And now, I will say, this one is over.
6-1, the Highlander lead.
Famous scoreline. Assist, I believe, by Jose Lopez there, taking that free kick.
So the Highlanders now the 6-1 lead over Everett. They will move into second place, barring a complete
Somerville,
breakdown.
number 5, Lucas
They will move into second place in the GBL by defeating Everett today and give Everett their first loss of the season. As Everett 3-0-3, 3 wins, 3 draws on the season coming into this game. Ribeiro sends that forward. Nice touch by Jefferson. Right out here to Jose Lopez's feet. Another nice touch forward, but a little bit too far forward.
It's a good idea. It's a really good idea.
As Rafik Miller back into the game. Hector loses it off the first touch. Lopez last to touch it when it went out. This ball played down. Jackson Love will play it back to Mixon.
I'm going to say is that Elliot Bicknell out there
I
playing
think it's
in the number
Elliot
10?
Bicknell,
I
yeah.
think it's Elliot Bicknell. Again, we're thrown off because these are goalkeepers. We're used to seeing them in their
Yes.
goalkeeping kits. But we've seen Rafik and now Elliot out there playing out in the field. I think that's awesome.
As this ball picked up just outside, opportunity here for the Highlanders. As they looked to get it inside, Ruan was there, but Ribeiro got the boot to it before the cross could get to him. Now Lopez, but Enriquez able to power through that. Tries to send it forward. Valdivieso sent it right back, and that pause was able to stop the momentary attack there. And now Luvens Hector nowhere to go with that ball.
Yeah, and that good defensive play there by Bicknell out there.
As they get it forward to Ramos. Ramos trying to connect here with Carballo, but unable to. Out of bounds, though, off the Highlanders. Just over 15 minutes remaining in this game. Highlanders leading 6-1 now. As Drissy in. Defended there by Bicknell. They get it out wide to Hernandez. Hernandez feeding it down to Arredondo. Now Hernandez looking for the cross, trying to get it to Ramos. Ramos gets it taken right away, though, as Amani Mixon did a great job there. Jackson Love with the marking there on Ramos allowed Mixon to slide in and get control of that ball. Long ball here by Mixon. Land of Verde is going to back away from it with Rafik Miller coming in on him.
Yeah, you always coach keepers. You want to go up and catch it up high when you can grab it and no one else can. He's not my player. I got nervous watching that because you want the keeper to come out and be assertive. It worked out for him in the end, though.
Carballo gets that forward looking for Hector. Betrayed on the first touch there, out of bounds. As there will be a stoppage on the field. 14 minutes, 42 seconds. We're going to take the stoppage with the gentleman on the pitch. We will be back here to complete this game. Highlanders lead 6-1 here at Dilboy over the Crimson Tide of Everett on Somerville. We are back here at Dilboy Stadium. 14 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in this game. Highlanders leading the Crimson Tide of Everett 6-1. A victory by the Highlanders today will give Everett their first loss of the season and will get the Highlanders into second place in the GBL with a looming game on Tuesday. Goodness gracious, let's see here. There's the sheet. Tuesday the 1st at Revere, the team currently in first place in the GBL.
Good tackle there. At this point, you don't want to concede any more goals. Really good tackle there to stop a decent chance.
Drissy got it taken right off of his feet as they work it looking for Bicknell. A lot of Highlanders that we have not called their names, as Highlanders were able to get 4 goals in the span of about 11 minutes. Just a lightning change to this game. It was a back and forth contest. Highlanders led 2-1 at the end of the first half. Jake, you predicted at that point in time the next goal scored would be very, very decisive in this game. Well, the next goal ended up being followed by 3 more goals within 10 minutes, basically.
I didn't know it was going to lead to an avalanche of goals.
It was a tremendous prediction on your part, though.
Well, I mean, Sure. I'll give credit to the Somerville coaches for noticing that high line that Everett's been playing was there to be exploited, we'll say, and man, did they exploit that.
Highlanders using the long ball here in the second half as they've been reversing the field with the long ball. From our broadcast perspective, they've been coming from the far side to the near side with that long ball, and they have found the back of the net 4 different times, including Josue Guevara picking up his 10th of the season. Already 10 goals for Josue, and this is only the 8th game of the season. As that ball into the area, headed towards the net. I'm not sure who got the head to it. Maybe Bicknell, he was in the area. I think Ruan was also hanging out in the area.
Might have been Marco. I couldn't get a good
Could
look
have
at
been.
it. It's tough. The very weird lighting right now at this point.
As Ruan will send that towards the middle. Rafiq trying to run onto it there, poked away. Ribeiro, I think, knocked that out. Strike that. That's Enriquez knocking it out. "12 minutes remaining in the game. Highlanders leading this one 6-1. Taking over second place in the GBL with a matchup against first place Revere looming. Revere, the only team to have beaten the Highlanders this season. There will be a game against Haverhill squeezed in between this game and that game against Revere here at Dilboy Stadium. It'll be 10 a.m. on Saturday the 28th. We will have the rankings at that point in time, the MIAA statewide rankings, so we will know where the Highlanders sit in terms of their possible playoff positioning as the first rankings come out for all sports. Knocked out of bounds, Highlanders will get this one. It came off of Fontes.
We're getting some minutes here for Reed Schmidt, who had been playing really high leverage minutes, we'll say, for the Highlanders, but today Reed's have to content himself with some minutes late in a blowout, but playing sort of a right wing back position, it looks like.
Bicknell gets whistled for that foul. Long ball headed down by the Highlanders out of bounds. Hernandez will get the inbounds here, looking to get Ramos on a run. Ramos able to get past Andrade. Feeds it to Dreesy. Dreesy centers it. Valdivieso clears it away, and it's cleared away finally by Jackson Love. Now Valdivieso chasing that down, looking to head it away. Little educated heads there to a boot.
Todd, I don't know that Jeff's put a foot wrong in this game. Just a really, really impressive game. He's offside.
Opportunity here for Ruan, but he is offside. And you point out that Jeff has had such a strong game. You know, flashback, we were talking to Richie here during the break recently. That play right at the beginning where Jeff was against the post, Mixon was out of position due to a funky bounce of the ball. Hector was in, and Valdivieso is the one who was able to make that save.
Oh, he's had himself a game. I mean, I would say he's man of the match for Somerville. It was just weird to say about a defender in a 6-1 game, but he's just been really impressive back there.
Well, after that play, it was a scoreless tie at that point in time. For all the world, it should have been Everett 1-0. But moments later is when the Highlanders were able to take the lead that they have not relinquished. Anthony D'Souza as well as Jose Lopez scoring 2 goals in quick succession for the Highlanders, giving them the 2-0 lead. They led 2-1 at the half and now have exploded with 4 goals here in the second half to lead 6-1 under 10 minutes remaining. Opportunity here for the Highlanders. Ball stolen away. Ribeiro is able to get it away. Chasing it down is Marco Huxley.
Good pace by Marco to get back.
Yeah, really good job by Marco getting back into position.
Well, I always say when you lose the ball, that means you're the closest one to getting it back.
And, you know, you see Marco doing that. You see Gabe do that every single game.
Oh,
He'll lose the ball off his feet, and he's always the first one to get it. Jose as well, always doing that as well.
I mean, Coach Tiago's got to love that, seeing, you know, starters out there in a 6-1 game with under 9 to play, out there giving everything to make sure that you know, they're putting in the work. It's great work rate.
Leuven's Hector with it, now middle of the field. They've had him out wide right. They've had him out wide left. This time in the middle as he feeds Ramos out wide. Ramos coming in trying to get to that one, but will not be able to. As it's shepherded out of bounds by Andrade. 8:20 remaining in the game. Highlanders lead 6-1. They will move into second place in the GBL as we near the midway point of the season. Again, a huge matchup coming up against Everett on Tuesday. They will be here at Dilboy on Saturday the 28th. That's a 10 a.m. game against Haverhill. And then Tuesday they will be at Revere, the team who beat them to open the season, as they look to take first place in the GBL with a road win at Revere. Miller trying to run onto that with Ruan, unable to. Bicknell trying to chase this down, and he's able to. Touches it up to Schmidt. Now Bicknell plays that one forward a little bit ahead of Ruan there.
Who was maybe marginally offside, so I guess good that did not come off. I couldn't tell. I mean, he touched it, so the ref clearly ruled him onside. It
Right.
looked a step offside to my eye, but ref had a better view than I did.
As Landaverde plays this out wide here to Carballo. Now Dreesy. Back to Landaverde, the Highlanders, 5-goal lead here, 7 minutes remaining in the game. As Fonts makes the run out wide. Tries to connect up with Hernandez, but unable to.
And what the coaches are going to love is seeing their team get back here. You know, it'd be very easy for Somerville to feel complacent, but they're back. They had numbers back. Clearly don't want to concede again.
As Villanueva tried to get that one to Pinto in the middle there, but Mixon able to secure the ball. Valdivieso to Schmidt.
It's a good ball.
Schmidt goes to Hawks Holy. And Marco will play it back. No rush here for the Highlanders. 5-goal lead, just playing this game out. Ramos will send that back in, looking. But Jackson Love coming in, knifing in with the head.
I see a lot of starters still out there for Everett, which is interesting.
Carballo driving in. Jackson Love's going to get called for the foul on that one. I'm not totally sure where there was any contact except with the ball, but the dangerous opportunity here for the Crimson Tide. With just under 6 minutes remaining in the game, Ramos looks like he's going to line up to take this one.
Rafiq's a little close to the ball. There, they're moving him out. You're not allowed to be that close to a free kick.
So Ramos will line this up. Take it with the right foot, trying to bend it in. Nice job there by Amani as he reaches up, able to take care of it. Not a lot of pace on that ball. Did have a nice bend, but not a lot of pace. Didn't really challenge Amani very much, although he did have to get up towards it there.
I was waiting for him to miss just so I could say ball don't lie.
Whistle sounds. 5 minutes remaining in the game. 5 minutes on the clock. Official time kept on the field, of course. We await the long whistles. That will signify the end of play. Highlanders with the 5-goal lead as they will take over second place in the GBL. This one popped into the area. Gets on Ramos's foot. Ramos powers that one towards the goal. And a little bit too much excitement, I think, for Ramos. I don't know whether he knew it was going to be there for him, but once it was, he got real excited and hit it a little too hard.
I'll tell you what I like was seeing Rafiq Miller take his time backing up there to wait until his teammates were in place for the free kick to basically just stall a little bit to give his teammates a chance to get back and get ready for that to come in. Smart kid, smart play.
Highlanders leading this one 6-1. As Valdivieso feeds it forward. Firmino gives it back to Jeff, and now Jackson Love with it. Out wide, trying to get it to Andrade. A little too far out in front of him.
Should take the compliment that his teammate thought he was that quick.
That's true. Think of it as a compliment. As Dreesy with it out wide. Can't get past Andrade. Highlanders trying to clear this one away. Popped into the sky. Colin Rice out on the pitch.
Yeah, good to see Colin getting some minutes out there. The senior.
There he is, gets the ball. Colin plays it forward. Running on to it.
And you love to have players like Colin in your program. He shows up and works hard every day in training, makes his teammates better in training. I love seeing him get some minutes out here.
On the far side, Fonts trying to make a run for the Crimson Tide. It's going to go out, goal kick for the Highlanders. As we await the long whistles to signify the end, we're going to get a change in net for the Highlanders.
I think it's Eduardo.
Eduardo Amorim. Amorim, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to say Eduardo's name.
I've been wondering if we might see a goalkeeping change there.
So Amorim M. Valdivieso sends this one away.
That's a leg.
Big boot for Jeff. Chased down, but Ribeiro unable to come away with it. Drissy feeds Arredondo. Out here wide, gives it to Carballo. Everett pushing the ball downfield, Ramos with it, defended by Reed Schmidt.
That's Diami out there.
Yeah. Diami able to get that one away. Schmidt powers it to the middle. Rafiq Miller marking Fonts out wide.
It's great to see Diami getting some minutes out there too. He's another kid who shows up and works really hard. Just a delightful guy.
Winsley Thomas also out on the pitch, as he is at the top of the offense for the Highlanders.
Your eyes are better than mine if you could make out his shirt number.
I have to be honest, I also overheard Richie point out that he was out there.
Right.
Once again, Richie coming through.
MVP. So we're close the shooter. Oh, this is trouble.
Villanueva fires that one blocked. And now an opportunity on the counter maybe, as Diami trying to get onto that ball. Chasing it down, trying to get it away from Drissy.
He's lucky he didn't call it for dangerous play there, playing the ball. You can play the ball. Everyone thinks you can't play the ball on the ground. You can. It's a misconception. I don't know, Americans got that idea in their head. You just can't do so in a dangerous way.
It's a manner of how you play.
I thought that was dangerous play, but hey, the ref let it go. Maybe they got a dinner reservation somewhere.
Yeah, Reed Schmidt with the inbounds. Valdivieso clearing it away.
Go Wesley.
And Winsley Thomas pressuring Landaverde there. Everett trying to mount a final attack here. Fonts down that right wing, plays it forward to Hernandez. Hernandez, left foot, going wide.
Had it all the way.
As Eduardo, he had it all the time. I think he slipped on the wet turf.
He
was all over.
The dive was for the cameras, as they say.
Making it look good.
Had it every inch of the way.
As Jeff Valdivieso will send this one away.
Even finding teammates' heads halfway down the field with his long balls over the top.
Colin Rice trying to get on that ball. Got away. Ribeiro was able to clear it away just in time. That ball up in the air, a little 50-50 ball. Ramos knocks it off of the Highlanders and out, as I think Miller was the last to touch
Yeah,
it.
acrobatic by Rafiq getting up for that one. Looking like a goalkeeper out there.
It's Carballo looking for Drissy.
Rafiq really playing an active midfield role out there. I
Yeah,
love
he
seeing
is.
that.
Ramos chasing it down in the corner, defended by Valdivieso. Ramos looking to center, but Reed Schmidt was right there to block it down, and that will do it as the long whistles sound. The Highlanders win this one by the score of 6-1 as they led 2-1 at the half. 4 goals in the second half put Everett away. Highlanders are now in second place in the GBL as they move their overall record to 6-1-1, 4-1-1 in the GBL. Everett drops down to 3-1-3 on the season. Jake, couple people to shout out. Gabriel Dos Reis, an assist, 2 goals for Gabe today. Really great control in there in the midfield area. Marco Hawks-Holy did a great job back in the back midfield area with those long crosses in the second half, reversing the pitch and really getting good runs on goal. And of course, we were talking about him all day, but Jeff Valdivieso, a fantastic game for Jeff today, was always in position, and most of his touches were very, very effective.
If they played a better half of football this season, I'd like to see it. That felt close. They have to feel just, 8 feet tall after the way they played after halftime. There, a good result against an opponent who was no slouch.
Goals in the game for the Highlanders: Jose Lopez, Anthony D'Souza. 2 goals on the game for Gabe Dos Reis. 1 goal as well for Josue Guevara. That is Josue's 10th goal of the season. And then a big old goal for Lucas Firmino as Firmino gets his first goal of the season. Highlanders take this one by the score of 6-1. Big game coming up against Haverhill here at Dilboy Stadium, 10 a.m. on Saturday the 28th. And of course, we'll have coverage here of the Highlanders versus the Red Devils of Chelsea on Friday the 27th. We look forward to seeing you there for that. Also, a huge game against Revere for the battle for first place. That will be at Revere on Tuesday, October 1st. Thank you very much for watching at home. We really do appreciate it as the Highlanders have taken over second place in the GBL, climbing that mountain for their second straight championship. Thank you very much, Jake Wilson, Somerville Counselor at Large and knower of all things soccer. Thank you as well, Bill Trudell on camera, Joe Constantine directing us today. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Soccer on Somerville Ed TV.